Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much guys for joining me once again in this video. In today's video guys, I'm going to share my love life with you guys, how I met my husband and the courtship time that we spent together, the time we got married, and we have been married for the past 16 years guys, and I just want to share this beautiful, incredible moment. Anyway, without wasting much of your time, let's get into the video. Let's get into the video guys. I feel like I look so beautiful today. I'm looking so beautiful today. Anyway guys, without wasting much of your time guys, let's get into the video. So let's rewind. Let's rewind this life guys back to 2005. So let's rewind this guys to 2005 when I met my husband. You know, by the way, I started school, nursing school in 2004, and I trained at Gweru Provincial Hospital. In 2004, I got a place, guys, to train as a nurse, you know, at Gweru Provincial Hospital. So I started my school in May 2004. So 2004, I was still in school. 2004, I was doing my first year. I did my first year 2004. Then we come to 2005. 2004 first block, second block, and then 2005. So in 2005, fast forward 2005. It was in 2005 around. It was in winter. I remember it was in winter, and I was doing my first year first attachment. First year second block. Yes, what they call blocks in nursing. It's just the blocks in nursing is just like the semester in the university. So it was after my second semester. Yes, it was after my second block, and this was my first attachment outside the hospital. I was attached to Kwekwe Hospital and to Kwekwe District. Yes, I was attached to Kwekwe District, and we went there. I remember we were 5, yes, and the 3 of us, myself and my 2 friends, we went to the same Chipatara. Then the other 2 girls went to the other Chipatara. So the very day we went for our attachments, we were 3. I remember Tangata Burukapa bus stop, you know. Tishikapa bus stop, Taburuka bus stop, there was nobody except for the 2 guys, Wangawaka Mira pa bus stop, Papo, you know, but they were just away some meters away from where we dropped off. So these guys, I looked at them anyway. I just looked at them in passing, and Tadzika, I had this big suitcase, and I remember this suitcase like the ones that we are having these days. Those ones were bigger than these suitcases that we are getting these days. I need 3 I need a set of 3 suitcases, but the ones we had those times were much bigger. And I remember I got this suitcase from my mom when I was going to school, when I was starting school. There is no this flight. Okay, so pakadzikiswa suitcase rangu zipi yaro yakabva yaita sei yakabva yaluza. So tadzikisa zvinhu zvedu, and we had a lot of stuff guys, and we then decided the 2 of us voendesa the part of the luggage to the hospital, then of us over Asara, then 1 of us over Asara. Then I opted to stay because I wanted to fix my monarch rangara, my suitcase. lose a zip, you know. So I wanted to try to fix the zip before the other girls vadzoka. So I was busy, and these girls took off vakabva to hospital, and I saw these guys, they were now talking to my friends, you know. They started talking to our friends, vakabatrana zvinhu vakutoenda chichi. So ndakabva ndangoti at least they got someone else, you know, to help them. At least they got someone else to help them to carry the luggage to the hospital. Then I was there busy trying by all means to fix my monarch. Ndiritori busy ende raitonetsa because it was full. Ndakabva ndarigarira ndikatanga kuri, you know how it is guys, you know it guys, kuti kana ukagarira monarch rinobva ranyatso, you see. So ndakabva ndarigarira ndichiedza kufixa, you know. I was trying to fix my zip. Didn't very serious with my zip. Now I just heard a voice, guys. Then I was like, what is this? Who is this with this beautiful horse catching voice? Guys, I looked up, guys, and I saw this handsome dude, you know, standing right in front of me. And I was like, what? Guys, do you know what we call love on the first sight? That's exactly what happened right there. Then then I said, hi, how are you? Okay, right, I said, beg, you know, then I said, no, I don't know what really happened. Zipia Rosa, the bag was too full, trying to explain it. Maybe if I would zigisa conductor bangu kanda bag, you know, but I was zippy, trying to explain myself, but I just thought to myself it wasn't necessary. Then you know, he asked to fix the bag for me. In Mira, guys, I looked at him, you know, he had this big chunk of meat. He had this big chunk of meat behind his neck, guys, and I was like, he was so big. He was so big head, big ears. Everything was big on him. And he just told me his name. Hey, my name is Joe, and what about you? You know how it is when the guys are interested. Ndavandamuza starangu paya. We carried our bags to the hospitals, and I was carrying my handbag and my satchel full of books. Then just took my suitcase, guys, and put it there on his shoulder. Guy, who does that? And the suitcase was full, blankets, clothes, and you know, all other things. So we hospital. Then we were given our rooms. By the way, it was around 5. Okay, Coco. So tikabva tapiwa pekugara and tikarongedza zvinhu zvedu tikapedza kwatosviba, you know, when it's winter kunenge kwatova dark. And you know, this Joe guy was still waiting outside apa kwatosviba, you know, when it's winter kunokasika kuita dark. So I went outside, you know, my friends are like, Seky, can you go and paint a farewell? Seky, don't know when come no, you see. Even no, we just say. I went outside. It was dark. It was still there at the veranda. You know, surprisingly, this guy was still there, guys. This Joe guy was still at the veranda, waiting for who? God knows. You know, I was waiting for you, you know. I just wanted to say bye. I just wanted to make sure that you are comfortable before I leave. And I was like, what? This guy is crazy. Comfortable? What, my food? I don't know you. I've just met you and you say you want to see whether I'm comfortable. What? Anyway, and I said, it's okay, thank you so much for being generous. He was like, hey, can I get your number? You know how it is, guys. Can I get your number? Blah, blah, blah. And by then, I had this phone, guys, my 3310 that my father had bought for me. Mwana ari kuenda kuchikoro. Mwana ari kuenda kuchikoro. 3310 and ndanga ndine phone number. It was a net one number. And ndanga ndapiwa na mama Joa, you know, my aunt. My nini, mama, she gave me a number, a net one number. So I was using my mother's, you know, mchichona kono kuzimbabwe tinoti nino amai ndi mama, you know, I was using my mother's number and my 3310 that my father had bought for me. So he asked for my number. I don't know, I don't have a phone. Fast forward. Okay, so but no, it's okay. I'll see you maybe. I'll see you around. And I said to myself, okay, which around are you talking of? Before I realized it, guys, he opened his arms. Guys, who does that? Who does that, guys? Who does that? He opened his arms, guys, and he wanted a hug. He wanted a hug from me. I stood there, guys. He came to me and he forced himself on me. It was not a hug. He just forced himself on me. He gave me a what? I was like, what? What is that? Who does that? On a first day you wanted. By then, it was not a hug, guys. He just forced himself on me. And by then, I was too small. So, very small. You know, I was skinny. Skin and bones like this. I was very small and he grabbed me. To make matters worse, it's a pressure. That's what he does. Jose, that's what he does even up to now. When he gives you a hug, he holds you tight. He does. I don't know why he does that, guys, but I like it. I like it, guys, even up to now. Fast forward. Abaenda. Tasarapaya. These girls, they started laughing at me, you know. Fast forward. That very week, on a Thursday, I remember, kumba kwedu kwakabva kwabiwa back in Gweru. You know, my mother was not there. Kwakabva kwabiwa, and I received a call from the landlord. Boy Sky. I received a call from the landlord, kumba kwakabiwa, and the police wanted to see me. So I traveled back to Gweru. Kunogadzirisa zvanga zvaitika kumba ndikasvika, you know. Fast forward, ndikabva taita zvekugweru. So when I was in Gweru, guys, I was surprised. On Friday, I went to the police. Then when I was still at Gweru Central Police, I received a call from this guy. I received a call, this Joe guy. He called me. Then I was like, what? And I blamed the girls. Akaya ku hospital on Thursday. He came. Akaba so Seky hapo aenda kumba, you know, kumba kwa iwa chichi. Then he got my number from my girls. Then he phoned me. I heard him kumba kwa iwa, you know, you left Chingomanya because blah 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 blah. Then I was like, what? Anyway, fast forward. Sunday, I went back. I stayed in Gweru up to Sunday. Then Sunday, I went back to work. Ndadzoka kuya. He came, started talking. Ozzy was now phoning almost every day, sending messages almost every time. Paya, you know, that was of Manapaya, and also. There's a new titles of Manapaya, you know. No, let's give it a try. Yeah, you know, I love you so much, you know. And he told me that he loves me. And I didn't say anything. Then he came to see me, and we talked, updating each other, you know, as if we were already in courtship. And waingozviona wega kuti waingozviona wega. Anyway, I told him later that let's just give it a try, blah blah blah. You know how it is, you know what girls do. Then we started dating Paya. Fast forward, we went back to school. We went back to school, yes. Then where's my phone? My phone is ringing, guys. So we went back to school, and we continue seeing each other to my school, and sometimes ndaimboenda kunomona kukwekwe tichingodaro up until ndapedza chikoro. And during the time of courtship, it was 2005, 2006, 2007 pandapedza chikoro muna 2007 ndapedza chikoro in 2007 muna March ndopandakanyora. There's something chamara panzi. You know guys, mukanzwa masounds ayakaka. One, my babies are just outside pa veranda, my chicks. Then kurikumbopota kuchinaya, and please forgive me for that. So in 2007 March ndapedza kunyora. Then 2007 then I was deployed in Mberengwa, you know Mberengwa district. Yes, Mberengwa district, and I was posted to Munene Mission Hospital, and that was in 2008, I remember. Yes, when I went for my deployment. When I went for my deployment, it was in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. No, I went to Mberengwa around November, December of 2007. Then 2008, kwanga kune nzara, you know nzara ya 2007, 2008, yeah, yekuti Zimbabwe yanga yakaomerwa. Zimbabwe yakaomerwa. Vanhu vakaomerwa, you know, the situation in Zimbabwe was serious in terms of chikafa. I'm on my bed, guys. Camera and sheka, you know. So in 2008, yeah, Joe came to my workplace, and I remember that day I was in the ward. I was working in female ward, and I had an evening duty. We were giving drugs. We were doing drug round. Kana wakambo admit kwa, or if you visited your relatives, you know there's such a time, or if you're a nurse, there's such a time yatinoti drug round time, yatinopama patients mshonga yavo. So we were giving the IV drugs, the injections. So I was giving myself and the other student, you know, Mnene is a teaching hospital, so I was there with one of the students. We were giving drugs, and we were given the injections, the IV drugs. So we were pushing our trolley, and I remember that day, it was dark. We were using candles. And during that time, solar lights, torch lights, I don't know, solar torches. There was nothing like that, guys. We were using candles, I remember, and it was so dark, grossly dark, guys. Even outside it was dark. And those who know Munene Mission Hospital, the female ward, iri kugomba. The hospital is on top of, I don't know what pagomo ere or pakakwirira, iri pakakwirira. So then female ward iri kuza kunotonzi kugomba kwakadzika kune female ward. So it was so dark, right? We're giving drugs, you know, we're giving we're giving drugs. You know that we're giving drugs. Anyway, medication. Let me say we're giving medication, but drugs were drug, you know, these days. So that's the name that I use when I'm at work. Zimbo. Sister Zimbo. Actually, it was Sister Zimbo. You know, the student nurses were calling me Sister Zimbo. You've got a visitor. You know how it is. You've got a visitor. So ndabuda muwadi. I was still wearing my gloves and I just stood by the door, guys, and I could not see anybody who seems to be like a visitor because it was dark. I was only seeing student nurses who were wearing white, and him, I could not see him. So I walked in the passage. There is this big veranda, you know, the people. So I was walking in the veranda and shopping some gloves, and I saw this huge I saw this huge guy, you know, this guy. And I saw this huge person standing in the dark. And I was so happy. I just ran. I ran, guys, and Nagabandam. It was me, myself. It was myself now. And I was so happy that day, guys. Because, Ndangandafa nejara. Ndangandafa nenzara, guys. Hey! Those who know Munene, vakambenge vari kumunene during that time, there was no transport, there was no food, there was nothing. Vanhu vaiureswa pachipatara. So it was too much, guys. It was so bad. The situation was so bad during that time. So I saw him, I ran on him. I ran and I jumped on him, guys, and I was so happy that day. So he lifted me up, and it was, you know, his tight grip. And he gave me this tight grip, guys, the usual tight grip, guys, that I was used to. Anatombozomira with a knockoff. Because we were three sisters with the student nurses. Ndakabva kumba, you know, kumba. Went home. Tichingosvika kumba, he had brought a lot of things. He had brought a lot of things, guys, some groceries, plates, because we were talking, I don't have plates, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have. So he brought a lot of things, some plates, and he also brought some blankets, a blanket and a comforter for me. Guys, I had this bed. These are standard beds, the cool hospitals here. I got it from the hospital, and a mattress from the hospital, and kumba ndanganangoba my blankets angu too, ne one pair of sheets, guys. So it was cold. Those who know Mberengwa, it's cold sometimes. It's very cold. Kunoita maguti, you know, the mist and drizzle sometimes. So he had brought a blanket and a comforter and you know, this whole lot of groceries and meats. Nyama. Nyama, guys. I can't be great nyama. Yeah. Kana uchiziva nhamo nenzara ye2008 kana wakararama 2008, you know what I mean, kuti ndakafarira nyama kwanga kustorina such things. Yeah, fast forward when he talked about marriage, asking for the hand in marriage from me before he did it to my parents, and I was like, what, are you serious? Are you really serious? I asked myself within myself, then I said, yes. Then fast forward, tikabva tatozivisawo the very first person wandakatanga kuudza during that time. Ndaipinda Zayoja, ndaienda kuZayoja, and Zayoja was the only church that was around, the Pentecostal church that was around, that was close by, because in ndaive Pentecostal, you know. And that church ndo yanga iri church yanga iri around, but ini ndaipinda AFM, church yekumba kwedu. By then taipinda AFM, but Zayoja was close by. So I went to Zayoja to tell my pastors. Takatoenda test, actually. We went and see our pastors and we told them about our plans. Then they prayed for us. They prayed for him. Fast forward, kabva tafonera gogo, mukadzi wehanzvadzi yamama wangu, tichivaudza because she was closer to me. Ndakabva ndavaudza we wanted to ask for pane display iri kundinetsa. We wanted to ask kuti zvinofamba sei before we talk to the tetes, and because I only have one tete anzvaziva mudhara wangu, so we talked about this issue yemarriage, yekumerichiwa. And I was very young, guys, during that time. Nandichiri mudiki, then we talked about that. Tikatomboenda kunoona kumusha kwavo, you know, tikatopiwa madates tikaenda kunoona kumusha kwavo, ende gogo ndo vakandiperekedza. You know, my aunt vakura, hanzvadzi yababa vangu apa, she's the firstborn. Hanzvadzi yababa vangu, she's the firstborn. Saka azvaita kuti vaite all those ups and downs, and during that time tasitorumba kana mota, you know, we were so low there. So we went kumba kwana Jose kumusha, you know, kunoona kumusha, myself, my sister, my gogo, you know, my not my guru isusu, but ndi gogo, you know, mukadzi wahanzvadzi yamama wangu. Then tikabva taenda tikanoona kumusha, and tikaona vana mama, vana tete, vazukuru, vana gogo, you know. Now, you know, the most beautiful thing about this visit, guys, I saw gogo vaJose mai vakazvara amai vake. Yes, amai vakazvara vamwene vangu inini. Even up to now, I always appreciate this visit because vanga vachiripo by then, but unfortunately he went to be with the Lord before we got married. But I always thank God that visit, I always thank God for that, because then ndisina kutomboenda kunoona kumusha, ndisina kutombovaona gogo vede vakangofa ndisingavazivi. But fortunately I saw her, and we, you know, gogo vainakidza during that moment yatakangovaona, you know, vaitaura. Okay, right, you know, after that you vakazoshaya zvavo tisataurana, but like Joe, I was like, you know, gogo zvavaita vaitoti kana munhu auya kuzoona kumusha anobva atoteerwa makuchitorora, you know. Oh, gogo, yeah. So tikabva tazoita sei, zivisawo vekumba kwedu, vana tete, vana dedi, mbavaziviswa, and we were given a date, 2008, not December. Was it December? I don't know. No, it was August. The first date was in August. Tikabva that very August nakuzouya kwakaita problem kumba kwana Joe, and they did not come, and I was so frustrated, guys. I remember I was so disappointed. Ndakatsamwa zvinamboiti ndikati, you know. I was so disappointed. Then we went to Rufaro, zvikabva zvangozopererawo ipapo ndakabva ndangozoitawo zvirwere. We went to Rufaro kumusangano, you know, I told you I was a FM a member, so tikabva taenda kurufaro family conference. Then after the conference we were given another date, that was January 2009, I think 10 January 2009. Tikabva taita sei, in that 2009 they came. 2009 they came, family wana Jose, then kukabva kwaitwa maroro. Who is it again? So okay, after January, that's when we got married. I got married to the man that I love, and the maroro during that time, it was not like the maroro yavekweko zvino inoita maroro spadi, you know, attire, blah blah blah. They just came to our marriage was done. Sorry guys, the mic that I was using yapera moto, so let me just put a voice over, guys. So after Maroro, the Maroro that we did, it was not like the Maroro yemazuano in Rora squad, attire, eating, partying. It was just something which was traditional, I guess. So after Maroro, I went back to work, and I saw as Joe, and we started staying together. Yes. Then in 2015, that's when we had a court wedding, guys, in 2015. Otherwise, that's it, guys. That's all about our, that's how I met my man, my Superman. And I think I'll continue in another video when I'll be talking about our marriage now. When I'll be talking about our marriage, having kids, my experience, and all the ups and downs, the happy moments, the sad moments, and the fights, all that. I think I'll do that in the next video. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me, or at least I'm sharing. Or at least I'm sharing my story, guys. I'll see you in the next video. It's a bye-bye from me. Bye. This is the world was started in the crust. Young kids, some on the creeps. I just come up when I need yo. All lips, I'm on the trees. I just get up when I'm moving on. Oh, I'm down when I drag wrong. I just sing drum when I drop it wrong. I'm looking for the palm when I live alone. Yo, I see when I see zone. Shake down, break down.